The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms is the law that sets out the rights and freedoms of every Canadian, including youth. It includes legal rights in Section 25. Today we're going to be discussing the rights that youth have. What rights do youth have when stopped by the police? The police have the right to stop a youth if they have objective reasons to do so. Objective reasons are reasons based on facts. They are not based on a whim or a desire. When police stop a youth, they usually ask the youth to give his or her name and address. If the youth is driving, they ask to see their driver license and insurance. Asking for a name and address or a license and insurance is not considered a search. What does the Charter say about being searched? Section 8 of the Charter says everyone has the right to be secure against unreasonable search and seizure. This section guarantees a general right to be secure from unreasonable search. Police may search a person and their possessions if they have objective reasons to believe that the person may have committed a crime. In these cases, police must be able to prove in court that the search was reasonable. For example, it may be reasonably necessary in the circumstance for police to search a bag, especially if the police are concerned for their own safety. What rights do youth have when they are arrested? When a youth is arrested, the police must immediately tell the youth the reasons for the arrest and inform the youth of the right to remain silent, the right to retain and instruct counsel, the right to contact his or her parent, the fact that everything the youth says may and will be held against him/her in any subsequent proceedings, the possibility of contacting counsel when he/she arrives at the police station, the possibility of obtaining the assistance of counsel free of charge, the right to contact counsel and his/her parents in private, the right to have the person's contact present during any questioning by the police. How must the police give this information? The police must give this information in language the youth understands. They must check the youth understands his/her legal rights. Can a youth be photographed and fingerprinted? If a youth has been charged with a serious crime, an indictable offense such as sexual assault, theft, robbery, aggravated assault, or breaking and entering, the youth can be photographed and fingerprinted. Can a youth be held in custody while waiting for a trial? The general rule is that if a youth cannot be sentenced to custody if found guilty of the offense with which he or she is charged, then there is presumption that pretrial detention is not necessary. Youth are not kept in custody while waiting for trial unless a judge decides that detention is necessary to make sure that the youth will not continue to offend or repeat the offense, or that the youth will appear in court. When can youth call a lawyer? Youth have the right to a lawyer. The lawyer can be present at all of the youth's dealing with the justice system. This includes when the youth is questioned on arrest. When the case goes to trial, youth can always have a lawyer when they appear in court. The youth can get a lawyer through a legal aid program if one is available, or the judge will appoint a lawyer. When the youth is involved in an alternative and extrajudicial sanction to the formal court process. What else do youth have the right to? Youth have the right to be dealt with in a timely manner. Youth who are charged with serious offenses have the right to a trial in youth court to decide whether or not they are guilty before the judge considers an adult sentence. What do judges need to consider when sentencing? The measures taken against youth who are found guilty of committing crimes must reflect the seriousness of the offense. Judges must also take into account the needs of Aboriginal youth and youth with special requirements. Does the government pay for everything? A province can establish a program to recover costs from the young person or their parents after the proceedings are completed. Summary of what rights youth have. Youth have the right to. The police have the right to stop a youth and do a search if they have an objective reason. The police must advise a youth that has been arrested of his/her rights and make sure that the youth understands his/her rights. The rights to remain silent, to know the reason for the arrest, and to retain counsel are important protections for youth. Youth are generally entitled to have counsel and a parent or a responsible adult present when questioned by police. Youth can waive their rights under the Youth Criminal Justice Act. Youth charged with an indictable offense can be fingerprinted and photographed. Youth are entitled to pre-trial release with the expectations of public safety issues and failure to appear concerns. Youth are entitled to legal counsel at arrest, at trial, and when an extrajudicial sanction is being used. Youth have the right to be dealt with in a timely manner. Youth have the right to a trial to determine guilt before an adult sentence is considered. Sentence should respond to the needs of Aboriginal youth and youth with special requirements. The province may set up a program to recover costs from the youth of his/her parents.